Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome and consider subscribing. We're going to craft this beautiful swing bench. So let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is JCC Craft Vlogs and more. Okay, today I am coming to you with a project that I have been anticipating for a few months. Shout out, I saw this project on Crafty Beach's channel, okay, and she made a wooden swing and I thought it was so adorable. Okay, so I'll be doing something similar. So I have my ruler, I have a silicone mat, so when I am working with the wood glue, I won't get glue everywhere. I also have my protection goggles, okay, when I go ahead and cut the wood. I have this rotary tool set that I brought from Amazon. You can check out my Amazon um, list, my Amazon store. I have it on there, so I'm kind of ready. It has a light under there. I think it's cute and nifty. Okay, so for me to cut the wood, I have my easels that I brought from Amazon as well that I'm going to use to put this swing together. And as you can see, I'm going to have to disassemble some of this and things of that nature. So I am going to use one to attach together where I have to drill a hole and then screw these together to put together this swing. So you will need this if you have a wood. I do have a saw, but I am not, listen, I've never used the saw before. And as you can see, this comes with some bits here. And I did a short on my drill that I have. I did buy me a hammerhead, but I am not ready to use this yet. So just for the sake of this video, I haven't unboxed it, but I really do need to, guys. I really do need to use this just to see if it works or not, because it sucks when you keep, I have brought stuff from Amazon and had it sitting for a year or months, and then it's past its return window, and then you want to find out that pieces is missing, you don't have, it doesn't work, and all that good stuff. I would hate to do that, but let me unbox this with you just real quick, since I am doing this video and I've never used this before, so I don't know what exactly each of these items is, but I am ready. I can't wait to use this, and I'm gonna use it offline first until I can get used to I never used the hammerhead jigsaw before, and so I want to be ready. I did buy some clamps to clamp on to my work table, and it comes with this instruction. You can find this jigsaw. You can find this jigsaw on in my Amazon store as well to use. They have like little components. I am doing a little small unboxing. As you can see, it comes with some sword pieces in here that you can use, and an instruction manual. So we will be revisiting this another time. I just wanted to show you I am prepared to step up my crafting game. All right, let's get started. Here we go. So we have our easels, and I need to go ahead and unscrew one side, okay? Remember at the beginning of the video, I told you that we're going to have to drill a hole in the wood piece so that it could fit on the other side of the easel, the bottom part. So I'm going to unscrew this and take it apart, and then we will go ahead and remove this. Now set the piece aside because we will be needing that later. Okay, so I need to go ahead and measure the sides out where I need to drill the hole at. So I'm sitting there trying to make sure, and I want to make sure that the swing come out even. Okay, so grab your pencil, go ahead and mark the area where you need to go ahead and drill the hole. Okay guys, so I have our piece on. I locked it down. You know, it's tight, it's on, it's locked. And that's what we're looking at, as you can see. So I just put this underneath it so that I won't drill my table. How about that? And so what I did was I got a little smarter and I said, hey, I can measure this just like this, and that way my whole line is aligned right there, and I can do this piece properly. So you see where I really need to drill the hole, and then I know I need to go down a little where it is, and so that's where I am going to go ahead and drill my hole. Okay, let's go. Ooh, look at that. That was quick. Look, I tapped it, but I still have to go through some more. Didn't go all the way through, as you can see. Sorry, y'all. And didn't go all the way through, as you can see. So I have to do it a little bit more, but this ain't no joke, baby. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Let's go ahead and peel off the Dollar Tree stickers. Do that. Now, I think I'm going to paint the swing set white. And so I changed the blade on my rotary tool here. Okay, so we can cut off the top. So we're going to make this back seat shorter so it's not so tall. So what I'm going to do is cut these off here, and we're going to take a sander, and I could use the rotary tool to sand it down, but that's okay. I'll just do the hand and make sure we clean up this wood really good. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is, like I said, I want this to be even, and I'm hoping that, you know, this cuts well. Okay, get it to where it should be, and let's see. And be careful, guys. It's cutting pretty good. And if I gotta sand it down, I should have used a block because I'm cutting mine. I don't want to cut my thing. Okay, let me pause this. Yeah, because I'm cutting my little board. But as you can see, it's cutting through pretty good. And I should have used a clamp. But just keep a steady hand and see how I stop. It's getting the job done, y'all, but as I stated, you want to be careful. But it's doing what it's supposed to do. Boom. Okay, and I'm going to just clean it up. Make sure you got your goggles on, y'all, because wood goes everywhere. I'm going to do this and I'll be right back. So, I cut these down to where I want it to be. So now let's get our wood glue and get these glued together. So, and I'm going to cut, I have to measure this, and what I'm going to use these is as the armrests on these. So we're going to measure them, and hopefully I have enough for both sides. So we'll see. Okay, so let me go grab my wood glue and get started. So what I'm doing here is measuring the length that I need for this. Okay, so I need to cut right here. Right? I need to cut right there. And so, let's see. Okay, yes, I do have enough to cut it there. So that's where I'm cutting it. That's where we're gonna cut. And this is gonna be the length for the armrest. All right, so I did the arms. There we go. And so right now I got the Gorilla Wood glue. And so I am going to put some glue on here and let's get started. So we're gonna glue these two pieces together. Make sure you got a wet rag, because I forgot to bring a wet rag so that we could clean the excess glue off of these two. And I forgot to do the silicone. Make sure it's nice and even. Y'all squeeze it together. And while you squeeze it together, I should have had my wet napkin, which I don't. So I can wipe some of this off. I'm gonna clean it up with a wet one, sorry. But I just want to get this excess glue away. I want to wipe the glue away before it dries. And I should have had this on the silicone mat so it's not sticking to anything, and you want to make sure it's even. So guys, we want to press this together, and I should have used the clamp, and you want it to be evenly, okay? We want everything even. Okay guys, so this has dried up, and as you can see, we got our seat, the back of our seat, and this, we need two pieces. I was going to cut the other piece here, but as you can see, it has a hole, so I'm not even going to bother with it. So now it's time. I'm going to use these small block pieces that are from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to glue them onto the edge. So you'll need 2 blocks for each side. So stack 2 on one side and then stack 2 on the next side and let the glue dry. Okay, you want it to dry completely before moving on, or things will be slippery. Okay, so now we got those blocks on there, and I know, listen, this is my first time. I told you I'm getting more entwined with my creativity skills. And once again, I as I'm exploring and getting new to the whole crafting, and I did give it a let this dry a little bit overnight, you know. So this is what we're doing. We're gonna stick this to this part of the bench, like so. Up. Hold it up. Because we want this to be even. Clean up the glue as you go so it's not harder to do this later. Okay. So go ahead, apply a little pressure and just hold it for a few minutes. So there we go. I'll clean up this glue. Still going to clean up the wood parts where I see some splinters, but I want this to completely dry. I did do it before a little bit, but of course, you know, sometimes things don't work out perfect, and it's okay. We're gonna let this dry, and let's move on to our next step. Okay, y'all, it's time to paint. So we're gonna use some of this Waverly Chalk Matte Finish paint. So we're gonna paint the swing and our swing chair. Okay, probably like 2 coats. Okay, probably like 2 coats, guys. And give it a paint. I hope y'all having an amazing day. I hope y'all enjoying this project, because I am. Ooh, no, I got some of this Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get this painted. I'm gonna try not to paint. I should have put some painter's tape over the screws because I think I want the screws to remain gold there. So I'm having a good time doing this for y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching me, and I truly, truly appreciate y'all. Like I said, I'm not Crafty Beach, but baby, when you put your mind to anything, you can do anything you want to do, y'all. Okay, guys, so this is one coat. I am going to touch this up with a smaller brush, as you can see right there, and go ahead and get some of the cracks and nitty, the cracks and you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so, and then I didn't want to waste any paint in the tray and have it dried up because this Waverly paint ain't cheap. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this up once this dry a little bit, and I go over it. I do still need to do the bottom of this right here, but it's looking good. It's looking good a little bit. I gotta get better with my painting, but you see it. Hey y'all, so I'm almost done. This is take a process. Didn't want to keep y'all. I'm gonna do underneath here after this is done, but I'm gonna do the outside here. And so you got to get all the little nooks and crannies. I have to get the inside here under there as well. So I've been really, really working on this. So we are doing well. I got the outside, tried to do the insides more. And now I just have to, so it's much detail, as you can see. Got to get inside the wood there, if y'all can see. I'm just getting all these cracks here, and then let this dry, and then go ahead and I'm gonna get the bottom and finish up the rest. I bought this craft fabric from the Dollar Tree, and so I'm gonna use this to make our covers for our pillows, okay, for the bench. And then I have some small flower pots right there that we're going to use for our decorations, okay? And here's some flowers that I'm going to use as well for the flower pots. Okay, so we're going to get our tumbling blocks together. I'm using the brown ones for the top of the swing, okay? So I'm trying to think. I only used one open pack I had of this, and I'm thinking about using this stick, but I changed my mind later on because I was going to glue the tumbling blocks to the sticks there, and that way, and glue it down to the swing, but I couldn't quite get it together, so I changed my mind. All right, as you'll see. So I made an error. You'll need 2 rows of 14 blocks going across, laying just like so. So 14 blocks, not 12. And some Gorilla Glue to glue them together. And use your ruler. Okay, as you see, I made the correction. And so you'll need these 2 sides. So we're going to get to start gluing each piece side by side, as you can see here. And just make sure that they stick together good and are lined up properly, and have your damp rag to wipe away the excess glue. One thing about crafting, it is definitely teaching me how to be more patient. Okay, and so now we are going to go ahead and glue these two rows together, and then you're going to make another set of 14 blocks of two, rows of two, so you can stick together for the other side of the roof top. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. We're going to glue these two together, make sure we get a firm lock on them. Okay, so I'm just lining everything up and making sure it's right. Also, please give the pieces a time to dry before trying to do this part, because you don't want them all coming apart. So give the pieces time to dry, like 30 minutes or 20 minutes, so it can set up. It won't be fully dry, but they won't move around and shift as much. Okay, so line it up with your ruler and go ahead. Now you can see some of the board shift a little bit and setting up, but it's going to be all right. So I grabbed my Waverly anti-wax staining, and we're going to go ahead and start staining this wood so it can have a balanced look to it. Okay, as you can see, I went and grabbed some parchment paper and my silicone mats for easy cleanup. Okay, I should have done that from the beginning when I was painting and everything, but it's here now. Wax on here to stain the wood a little more, because some of the wood is lighter than others. So I'm trying to get even color, at least get close to it. Okay, and you're going to want to let this anti-wax dry. Okay, and I did both sides, but on the other side I'm only going to do half, because I want our wood glue to stick to the wood, okay, without the anti-wax staining interfering. Okay, it's looking good, it's looking good. I know the wood, it's not perfect, but it's going to be good. Okay, and I did not put any wax on that end either, because I needed to be able to glue down perfectly. Okay, and now we're going to stain the next piece. You see where I mean the board is not even, but it's okay. We're going to make it do what it do, baby. So I used 2 coats of white paint on this, and I'm going to Mod Podge this together so that the paint won't chip off. And I'm going to do the same for the white bench. Okay, we use 2 coats of white paint as well. So we're going to do this and then let those completely dry overnight. Remember, the areas that we didn't put the antique wax on, we're not going to put any of the Mod Podge on those areas either. Once again, we want our roof 2 pieces to stick together well and do not come loose. Okay, so that's why we're not doing that. So we're going to Mod Podge the complete front, and then we're going to Mod Podge half of the back. We're going to use some Gorilla Glue. My RA has kicked in, and it is really, my hand is really hurting. So I'm trying to glue this together. So I'm gonna use my hot glue gun and the wood glue. I didn't polish, you see, those parts or this edge here, so that we can get a good stick to it. And then I'm going to glue it this way. I tried to do the pole, but I'm just going to glue it like this. Okay, now it's time to go ahead and put our swing in action, okay? And adding our rope that I brought from Amazon as well. That's in the description box as well, where you can shop at my Amazon store. So we are going to go ahead and attach the string and wrap it around the top of the easel and attach it to your swing. So I'll attach it to the front, you know, where the armrests are, and then we're going to hot glue it to the back. Well, under the seat, okay? And then you're going to do the same for the other side, okay? Other side of the swing. Make sure it's even, so just pay attention. All right, and then I'm going to add more glue, um, hot glue as well on top, just so it's secure. And make sure you get all the glue strings, okay, and clean it up. Guys, look at our swing. I did a great job, I must say. And I'm glad I upgraded the rope instead of using the jupe rope. This looks beautiful. So now time to get to the top. I'm trying to decide which box wood I want to use and which flowers I'm going to use, and trying to come up with a design for the top to cover that top part. Now that I've decided which flowers I'm going to use, I'm going to go ahead and secure it together so it won't move, and I can glue everything down all together. So I'm going to take that thin wire and go ahead and secure and wrap it around the flowers, okay? The stems, so it won't budge. And then once I glue it down to the top, I can glue it all down in one piece without having to do it individually. All right, let's start on our pillow. I got me some cotton from one of my vitamin bottles that I'm going to stuff our pillows with. Okay, let's go ahead and cut our crafting fabric. Okay, let's finish our rooftop. You see the unfinished edge there at the top? So we're going to go ahead and add our flowers there, and we're going to secure it with some hot glue. And I didn't use a permanent glue because just in case I want to change the flowers later on, okay? We want to make this a daily, yearly project in our house, right? A decor. So no need to change, secure it permanently. I want to switch out my flowers. So do your project as you see fit. All right, there we have it. Added finished touches to the top, and look at that beauty, y'all. Okay, so we're going to make sure that the fabric is even. I'm going to cut it in half, all right, and make sure I get all the stringy edges, but I can really shape it up once I start glue it together and stuff the pillow, okay? And once we seal it, then I can get all the raggedy edges off, all right? I should have pulled out my iron, but I was trying to get this over with, okay? So instead of using a hot glue gun, I decided to go with the adhesive tape, because less mess, okay? And it worked out perfectly. All I had to do is go ahead and roll that on there and iron it out, seal it. That's it. Seal it, stuff it, and move on. All right, and then you're going to do the same with the other pillow. Go ahead and put some on the edges, seal it up, clean it up, and then we're done with the pillows. Let's finish this project, y'all. Okay, guys, look at this. I am finished and completed our swing. I got our flower pots on the side, our pillowcases there that we did. Oh my God, let's give it a little push. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. I am so excited. This turned out amazing and everything looks beautiful. Um, Shout out to Crafty Beach for doing this bench swing. I added some of my my own twist to it, but this was so fun to make. I hope you guys try to make your own. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, but here it is. And you know what? I finally finished this piece on my birthday. Happy birthday to me. It is June 9th, okay, 2025, and I was determined to finish my project, and here it is. I think I'm going to make a platform for this to sit on. Y'all, design it your own way, do your own thing, have fun with it. Everything turned out beautiful. So thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up, like, and share me out. And subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. This is JCZ Crafts, Vlogs, and more. And I'll be coming to you with some more designs, okay? Some more crafting, DIY crafts. Have a blessed day. And thank y'all for the birthday shout out. Love you guys. Later.